Have you been drinking the same coffee for so long that you can't even taste it anymore? Are you tired of spending $15 on a bag of coffee that you don't even like? Then this coffee show is for you. Welcome back to the Bracketology of Coffee. This is the long-awaited Season 6, where winners from the first 5 seasons are going to battle it out to see who is best of the best. So first I want to talk about the competitors and how they made it to this season, and then I want to explain some changes in my personal life, and then we'll get to tasting some coffee. So first of all, the competitors from Season 1 were... those are not the right ones, but that would be a fun season. Maybe we should start a Jason's whiskey show. Actually, Season 1 winner was Starbucks, the Bright Sky Blend, and that product has been discontinued. So I'll get back to that because I had to make a change in regards to that season. Season 2 was the Dunkin Donuts Original Blend. They were the winner that season. I think that was the season where we went for inexpensive coffees that I bought at Walmart. And then Season 3 was the Archer Farms Ethiopian Yirgacheffe. It's actually the Target brand. They no longer go by Archer Farms, they go by Good and Gather, but they still make the Ethiopian Yirgacheffe. That was Season 3. Season 4 was the Mocha Java from Allegro Coffee, based in Thornton, Colorado. That was an awesome coffee. And then Season 5, we did the Starbucks Sunrise Blend. They won Season 5. So back to Season 1. We have no competitor representing Season 1. So what I thought was in Season 4, if you remember that season, man, I had 2 awesome coffees in the finals, and I hated that I couldn't declare 2 winners. But that was the season where we had the Mocha Java from Allegro Coffee and the Guatemalan from San Diego Coffee Company. This Guatemalan was one of my favorites ever. I was so sad that I couldn't declare them a winner because in any other season they definitely would have won. So I decided, since that was kind of one that stuck out in my mind, I added them to the brackets. So we'll go through them one at a time. This is the number 1 seed right here, the Mocha Java from Allegro Coffee, because they scored the highest actually out of all the seasons. Let's see, where did we put number 2? This one here is going to be our number 2 seed, the Guatemalan from San Diego Coffee Company. And this was actually another high scorer, the Ethiopian Yirgacheffe, so they're going to be our number 3 seed. And Dunkin Donuts, I actually drink this almost every morning. There's our number 4 seed. I love that coffee. And then Starbucks, they actually didn't score that. They scored like a little bit lower than everybody else, so they're a 5 seed. And so those are our brackets, and because there's only 5 coffees this season instead of 8, we're going to do the double elimination, so that's going to be pretty sweet. It's going to add a whole new twist to everything. But now let's talk about my personal life a little bit. So I was out in Colorado for Season 5. I have since moved back to Michigan. I'm staying at my parents' condo in South Haven, remodeling their kitchen. You say to me, but Jason, I didn't know you know how to remodel a kitchen. I don't. Just don't tell my parents that. After that, I am going to be doing a camper conversion. I bought an enclosed cargo trailer down in Georgia, and I'm going to do a camper conversion. I'm going to document the whole thing on my outdoor show. So I'll put a link in one of these corners if you want to check out the intro to my camper conversion. That's going to be pretty big because camper conversions are really hot right now. The whole van lifestyle and whatnot. And then I'm actually going to go camping for 4 months. I'm going to go out to Glacier National Park, Yellowstone National Park, and then kind of explore Idaho, Washington, and Oregon, kind of the Pacific Northwest. I've been wanting to get out there for a long time. Obviously going to document all that stuff on my outdoor show. And on cloudy days, I like to keep up with my coffee show because my videos, my outdoor show videos don't look that good on a cloudy day. So rather than going out and spending a lot of time making a subpar video, on the cloudy days I can make my coffee show. So that's enough talking. Let me get these coffees brewing. We'll be right back for the first half of this competition. Thanks for watching. Alright, it is almost coffee drinking time. Wanted to give you a little bit of information about the two competitors. Today we've got Dunkin Donuts going up against Starbucks and the Dunkin Donuts Original Blend. The origin is not disclosed. This 12-ounce bag goes for $5.63. It's a medium roast and they ranked number 4 in my brackets. Today they're going up against the Sunrise Blend from Starbucks. The origin is Latin America. This 12-ounce bag goes for $6.89. It's a light roast and they ranked number 5 in my brackets. Let me explain how this works. These coffees are prepared in a French press. The recipe I use is 1 tablespoon of coffee grounds for every 5 ounces of water. I steep the coffee for 4 minutes. This competition consists of 2 halves. In the first half, I drink the coffees black, fresh out of the French press, and in the second half, I add some cream. I score each round out of 100, allowing for a maximum possible score of 200 points. So, I'm not a super taster. 25% of the population is thought to be a super taster. I consider myself an average taster. What I'm looking for in coffee is drinkability. Something that is smooth and flavorful with a pleasing aftertaste. Alright, so the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to taste the coffees twice. First taste, I'm just getting an overview, and on the second taste, I'll give them a score. The coffee's just finished steeping. I like to let them cool down just a little bit. Helps me to taste them a bit better. We're going to start off with the Original Blend from Dunkin Donuts. And I did mention I've been drinking this pretty much every morning for the last few weeks. I don't know how that will change things. Could change it for the better or for the worse, not really sure. But this is the Dunkin Donuts. The coffee's delicious. Now, if you know, if you've seen the previous seasons, I typically don't like when a coffee doesn't disclose the origin of their beans. Typically, it's a very inferior coffee that would do that. But with Dunkin Donuts, I've come to the assumption that they don't disclose the origin of their beans because they've got a secret recipe that they don't want anybody to knock off. If you've tasted their coffee, it's got a very unique flavor to it. Really, really good flavor. I tend to enjoy it. My mom loves it as well. So I don't really see that as a downfall, not disclosing the origin of the beans, but I did want to mention that really quickly. So let's go ahead and get an overview on the Sunrise Blend from Starbucks. They've kind of rebranded this. It started out as the Blonde Sunrise Blend, and now they just call it the Sunrise Blend. It's obviously a blonde roast, but let me give them a quick taste. That one's delicious. If you have seen the previous seasons, you know that I typically prefer a blonde roast or a light roast. I typically get a lot more flavor out of it. But yeah, both of those are very drinkable. It's just going to come down to which one I get a little bit more flavor out of, I think, because I love the flavors. And like I said, they're very drinkable. So for me, it's going to come down to who's got the most flavor on my palate in the moment. So that's why I taste them head to head, because they're both so good. Today I might drink Dunkin Donuts and love it, and tomorrow I might drink the Starbucks and also love that. But until you put them head to head, you really can't tell. You know, you can't really compare and contrast the coffees as easily as when you put them head to head. But all right, let's go ahead and get a score on this Original Blend from Dunkin Donuts. You know, this is where I said the fact that I drink this coffee every morning, it could help it or it could hurt it. You know, because I'm used to drinking it every morning, I don't necessarily pick up the flavors as easily because my palate is so used to those flavors. So that's why I said in the opening of my coffee, are you tired of drinking the same coffee every morning? You know, I drink it so much that you kind of lose the flavor of it, and I think that maybe has happened with this Dunkin Donuts just a tiny bit. I obviously love this coffee because they have made it to season 6, but I'm not picking up a ton of flavor on that really quickly. So let's go ahead and give them a 91 in the first half. Now when I add some cream, I might pick up a bit more flavor because I'm not used to drinking it with cream. In the morning I just drink it black. So, alright, I'm a little chatty today, so sorry about that. Sunrise Blend from Starbucks, let's give them a score. Yeah, I am picking up, when I smell the coffee, just a little bit stronger. When I taste the coffee, just a little bit stronger in the taste as well. This is why it's so important to go head to head, because I'm just getting a little bit more flavor, and I never would notice that if I didn't put them head to head like this. So let's go ahead and give them a 92 in the first half. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video for a second, add about an ounce of cream to each one of these coffees. We'll be right back for the second half of this competition. Don't go anywhere. Alright, we're back for the second half of this competition. I kind of misspoke. In the earlier seasons, I used to add about an ounce of cream, but what I learned is that that's just a little bit too much given the amount of coffee that I have. So what I do now is add about a tablespoon of cream. Also wanted to mention another thing. So these scores that these coffees get, obviously I could just carry over those scores and then see who wins in the loser's bracket and all that as they go on. But the score isn't so much about the number as it is that number against their competitor. So like with Dunkin Donuts and Starbucks. So Dunkin Donuts, I gave them a 91 in the first half. And then I drank the Starbucks and I just felt like it was just a tiny bit better, so I give them a 92. So it's not really about that number per se, it's about that number against the competitor. So that's why in the loser's bracket and whatnot, we're gonna actually taste them all over again, even though they've already been given a score. They might be just a little bit better than their competitor, a little bit not as good as the competitor. It all comes down to that competitor that they're facing off with in that round. So wanted to explain that, but enough talking. Let me go ahead and same thing, I'm going to taste these twice. First taste getting an overview, second taste I'll give them a score. And this is the original blend from Dunkin Donuts. Ah, that's delicious. You add some half and half and it just enhances every bit of flavor from the beginning all the way to the end. I like that a lot. So let's get an overview on the Sunrise Blend from Starbucks. Yep. That one's delicious as well. Just enhances every positive aspect of the coffee. It tends to hide some of the flaws in the coffee, and it tends to enhance, all the good things about the coffee. So let's go ahead and get a score. On the Dunkin Donuts. Yeah, I really love that. And for me, I mentioned in the beginning of the video what I look for is drinkability, and I think to myself, how many cups of that coffee could I drink? And I could just drink that all day long. So good. I think I have kind of become immune to the flavors because you know, the flavor is just not as strong as I feel like it should be, considering that it's kind of my go-to coffee. Regardless, I really like that coffee. I'm going to go ahead and give them a 94 in the second half. All right, let's get a score on the Sunrise Blend. Yeah, just a little bit more flavor than the Dunkin Donuts for me on this day. Once again, I'm just going to step it up a tiny bit from the Dunkin because they just have a bit more flavor. It's really pleasing on the palate, and even the aftertaste is really delicious on that. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a 95. All right, give me a second to tally up these scores. We'll be right back to determine a winner in this Season 6, Round 1 competition. All right, we are back to determine a winner in this Round 1 competition. If you're interested about these things behind me, this is my Grandpa Nash's old fly fishing reel. My dad kind of gave it to me, but I decided to post it on the wall here at the condo. I love it. Someday I'm going to use it, but for now it's just kind of a little centerpiece here in the condo. And this is actually a map of South Haven from 1880, and it is way cool. Maybe in one of these episodes I'll zoom in on it because all of the ships kind of look like the Mayflower. The road that this condo is on actually doesn't even exist quite yet, and they have like leather tanneries, and it's all about horse and buggy, and you know, the fruit market is really neat. So if you're wondering what these things are back there, that's what they are. So all right, first up we had the Dunkin Donuts original blend. They scored 91 in the first half, 94 in the second half, for a total of 185. Highly recommend this coffee. It's my go-to coffee, actually. I love it. And they went up against the Starbucks Sunrise Blend. They scored a 92 in the first half, 95 in the second half, for a total of 187. Recommend this coffee as well. It's a little bit stronger flavor I'm picking up than the Dunkin Donuts, and I really like this coffee. They are actually moving on to the next round in the winner's bracket. And because it's double elimination, Dunkin Donuts will be moving on to the loser's bracket. And we'll see who they face off against. But that's all I've got for you today. Starbucks Sunrise Blend is our winner. Thanks for watching the Nash Potatoes Coffee Show. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We will see you in round 2. Have a great day. Thank you.